guys, it's Wolffy here, back with another money making build for you. And today I'm going to show you one that I started quite a while ago for the Celica GT-Four when it first came out. I never really got to posting it though. So please be sure to like the video and subscribe, and you can always follow me on social media if you want to keep up to date with any of my content. As I was saying, this is one that I started quite a while ago and never got around to posting, so I thought I'd finish it up and try and perfect it. And here's what I came up with. So I've used sports hard tires for the front and the rear. Body height adjustment is set at 125 at the front, 125 at the rear. Anti-roll bar is 6 at the front and 7 at the rear. The dampening compression is 36 at the front and 37 at the rear. And expansion is 47 at the front, 45 at the rear. Natural frequency is set to 2.85 and 2.85. The negative camber is set to 2.0 at the front and 1.8 at the rear. Toe angle is set to 0.03 outward at the front and 0.15 inward at the rear. The differential is set to 10, 10 and 15 at the front and 25, 30 and 30 at the rear. Now you'll notice that I've got the torque vectoring center differential set to 50-50. That's just going to be for the first lap or first 2 laps. And then I'll put it back to 30-70 so that I don't wear out too much of the front tyres. So downforce is going to be 204 at the rear and 102 at the back. There's not a whole lot of downforce at the rear, but that's just to try and get that top speed up on the straights. So the ECU is fully customizable and set to 100%. I've got 35 kilograms of ballast, and that's pushed all the way to the back to try and even up the weight distribution. The power restrictor is set to 78%. We've got the fully customizable racing transmission. I believe it comes with the car. And I've set the top speed to 350. Now I can't remember if I initially made any changes to these gears, but I'm pretty sure that you can just go with the 350, and that'll be fine. It is set kind of high, but it kind of helps with keeping the fuel usage down. So I've gone with the medium RPM turbocharger, and anti-lag system is set to strong. And only other thing is I've changed my brake bias slightly forward, but that comes down to personal preference. Now, this race was initially just me testing out the car, but I decided to use it in the video as it's kind of funny that I was playing around with it and ended up actually doing alright. So as I was saying, I'll start off with 50-50 for my torque bias, and I've also put traction control on 1 just for the first lap or 2. But you can obviously keep it on for the entire race. So I'm going to stay in traction control 1 until I get around the first 2 corners, and I'm going to wall ride this first one just to get ahead of everyone. And once I do, I'm going to turn this second corner. I'm going to try and shoot away from Mr. Gallo there in second place, and I'm going to push it down to fuel map 6. And that's pretty much going to be the story of the race. Fuel map 1 up the straight, fuel map 6 around the back end of the course. So yeah, I was just kind of playing around a bit and decided to just push a little bit too hard and bounced off the wall there. And so second lap, I've come in with a 2 minute 20, which isn't actually too bad. So I decided to just go on with it. But at this point, as I was saying, I'm going to change my torque differential slightly further back. I've gone 40-60, and then I've bounced off a wall. And so started the third lap, I got into the 209s, so I figure that this is actually not turning out too bad if I can get to a 209 on the second lap. So I'm gonna now change my torque distribution back to 30-70 front to rear. And coming out at the hairpin end of the third lap, I almost hit a wall, and I keep doing the same thing. So I'm just doing fuel map 1 up the straight, fuel map 6 around the back end of the course. So consistent 206s, 207s, and consistently bouncing off walls. And consistently bouncing off walls. And consistently bouncing off walls. Then I decided to just try something different and bounce off a car. But true to form, wouldn't be long until I bounced off a wall. This of course would let this lapped car back in, so I bounced off a wall. Now I noticed that I'd worn my tyres out pretty hard. I'd been sort of over braking into corners, so I wasn't going to try that last move. But yeah, look, even with the tyres worn out, it wasn't really an issue. You don't have to do the no stop strategy. You can quite easily leave it in fuel map 1 and do a pit stop, and this thing's only going to probably take about another 20 seconds. So I came in at 25 minutes and 46 seconds. You can still get it under 26 minutes if you do the pit stop. But strangely enough, yeah, I still got the clean race bonus. So that was an interesting one. I just thought I'd share. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can always catch me on social media platforms if you want to keep up to date with any of my content. So yeah, thanks for coming to the channel, thanks for checking out my tune, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you guys again for another one.